Brian Gutekunst looking very country club-like, I will admit, in his nice little Nike vest. He gave a major update on Packers quarterback Jaire Alexander, his trade rumors, and everything else surrounding his future as a Green Bay Packer. I'm going to dive all into that and give you a little bit more updates on what Gutekunst had to say to the media at the annual meeting. But before that, make sure you guys hit that sub button because this is the final day for our March sub battle with the entire NFC North. And right here on the Packers Report, we are in second place, only trailing Bears now by one subscriber. So if you're not subscribed and you want to help us win this sub battle, do me one big favor, hit that sub button. Let's prove to everyone here that we run the North. Help me out, subscribe. So the annual meeting was today. The NFL's annual meeting was today. And Brian Gutekunst updated us Packers fans on some Jaire Alexander trade rumors and a ton else. Let's start with Alexander. Here's what Goody had to say. John Thornton is his agent. We talk weekly about these things and working together on finding the best solution for everybody. We invested a lot in Jaire, and we want to make sure that if he's not going to be on our football team helping us win games, that we get something back for that investment. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. This feels different. This quote feels a little bit different. We remember the quotes coming from Rob Demovsky a few weeks ago on ESPN. We remember the quotes even coming from Brian Gutekunst at the NFL Scouting Combine. It all felt like it was just a matter of time before Jaire Alexander wasn't on this roster, before he was traded away. Now, the thing that might be stopping this is they're not getting anything value-wise in a trade that tickles their fancy, that wants to make them do this move, make this move, but still, this attitude, those words, it feels awfully different this time around. So what say you? Let me know in the comment section down below. Will Jaire Alexander be a Packer in 2025? Give me a yes or give me a no. I'm not going to lie to you guys. A week ago, I probably would have said no. Today, I'm leaning a little bit more towards yes. But you guys let me know your feelings in the comment section down below. So like I said, at first, it seemed like Green Bay didn't want Jaire. That's kind of how it felt. Like the parting of those two, it was more of the Green Bay saying, it's not me, it's you, if you know what I'm saying. But that sentence of, if he's not going to be on our football team, now it's kind of starting to sound a little bit more like Jaire is the one that doesn't want to be in Green Bay. That Jaire is the one saying to the Packers, it's not me, it's you, you know? It feels like he might be the one that's causing this breakup. And we got to remember what Rob Demovsky of ESPN reported on a couple weeks ago, talking a little bit more about Jaire Alexander's contract. He had this to say. One source said the team has not approached Alexander about taking a pay cut, and that even if it did, he would not be willing to do so. Without a trading partner, the Packers would likely release him. So they haven't even talked to him about a pay cut. And I get why they would want to because of all this money. He's due $16.15 million. His cap hit is $25 million. And if you move on from him prior to June 1st, that's a dead cap of $18.12 million. But also, from that quote, it sounds like the Packers just know straight up, and it makes sense because Brian Gutekunst even admitted he talks to John Thornton every single day or often, that, they know that Jaire's not even going to take a pay cut, even if they offer it. Even if they say, you know what, maybe we'll give you a little more guarantee if we pull this. No. Jaire Alexander is happy with the contract he signed a few years ago. It's not his fault he's injured, right? We signed this contract. You made this deal. Let's stick to it. If you don't like it, then trade me. Get me out of here. Now, when's the next update going to come? Because it took about 2 weeks from our latest update to get this one. Well, Jaire Alexander can make $700,000 in 2025 from a workout bonus. The next temperature check that we'll get from this entire situation, I think, is going to come from organized team activities, and those will happen about a week before the draft. So I'm thinking about, 2 weeks? 2.5 weeks until our next update, till our next temperature check? And as of right now, Brian Gutekunst went on to say, it could be a possibility. Absolutely. This is coming from Matt Schneidman. On the Alexander potentially remaining a Packer, Brian Gutekunst had to say it could be a possibility. Absolutely. And it kind of all points to seeming that there's going to be some kind of a resolution before the draft. I don't know what that's going to be, but if he's not going to be on this team, I've got a feeling it's going to happen before April 24th. And if it doesn't, then I think they're just going to kind of bite the bullet and pay him what his contract says, and his contract is in 2025. I've got no clue what's going to happen. If I'm being honest with you guys, it has changed so much. At one point, it felt 100%. You know what? He's taken his last snap as a Packer. And now it kind of feels like, you know what? I think he's going to be back in 2025. So coming up on the back half of today's show, I've got more updates for you, more things that Brian Gutekunst talked to reporters about that I kind of think we got to recap before we get out of here. But before that, make sure you guys hit that sub button because we hit 2.5 thousand. Now we are racing to 3,000. That's our next milestone. It's our biggest one yet. We're 427 subscribers away. So if you guys have not already, join us today by hitting that subscribe button. It's 100% free, does not cost you a dime. It just locks you in right here. We give you daily videos every single week, cover this team better and more often than anybody else on this platform. So hit us up by hitting that sub button. So let's start with the takeaways. Number one, Elgton Jenkins will play center. This is all kind of what we thought was going to happen. Once you sign Aaron Banks to guard, the consensus and the common opinion was either Jenkins or Ryman's going to move to center, and everybody knew it was probably going to be Jenkins that was going to make that move if either of them were going to do it. And so now you look at this room with Aaron Banks in that left guard position, Elgton Jenkins in center. You got Sean Ryan at right guard, although Morgan, hopefully, will be 100% and ready to go come, week one of this season. This is what it's going to be. This is what they're going to roll with. You added a guard. Myers is out the door. Jenkins slides over to that center position. And Goody is really, really confident of a guy like Jenkins. He said, we think he could be an all-pro center. Well, you didn't have that before. Goody thinks you might have it now. This is going to be the group. Everybody you just saw right there, that's going to be it going into opening day, barring injuries. Opening day. I'm still in a baseball mindset. I do still expect them to add some depth because some depth is needed in those positions on that offensive line. But those five you just saw, those are going to be the five, okay? Takeaway number two. This one kind of grinds my gears. Brian Gutekunst said that this team, he doesn't feel the need to go chase an edge rusher. Well, Goody, that's obvious because you didn't do it. You let a guy like Josh Sweat sign with Arizona. You let a guy like Azeez Ojulari sign with Philadelphia. You let countless other edge rushers sign elsewhere. And so you made it clear that you weren't trying to go chase an edge rusher. Here's the full quote. He said, we can do everything we need to do from the players we have on our roster right now because I think there is a significant amount of improvement from those guys, not only year two in the scheme, but individually. And while that all may still be true, while he may still be excited about the future, I don't think that they don't need to go chase. I don't think that doesn't mean they're not going to add in the draft. I still think they're going to add an edge rusher in the draft. I think it's going to be in the first few rounds. I think he's just admitting there, you know what, the plan was never to add in free agency, and that's why we have it, and that's why we won't in the next couple of weeks. Number three, the tush push ban. Your daily update on that, it's about safety, says Brian Gutekunst. We all know that it was the Packers that submitted the ban to get rid of the tush push. And I have like conflicting opinions on the tush push. There's part of me that's like, it's not really a football play, but there's also part of me that's like, I hate that this was the team, that we were the team to go ahead and propose the ban to take it out because that just seems a little soft, in my opinion. But Brian Gutekunst said it's nothing about the play itself. It's about the safety of the players. So weigh in for me. Let me know in the comment section. What should happen with the tush push? You think it should be banned or you think they should keep it? Give me a B for band, give me a K for keep, and weigh in the comment section. As always, make sure you guys hit that sub button before you get on out of here. Thank you guys so much for joining us every single day right here on the Packers Report. If you've got some friends, family, anybody that you feel would love this channel as much as you do, don't be scared. Go ahead and share this video with them, and we'll see you next time.